Awesome. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are. It is such a blessing and an honor to have you all with me for this little bit of time to celebrate, to reflect, and hopefully learn a little something along the way. For those of you who I'm meeting for the very first time because you just saw the invite and showed up, my name is Dr. Shanita Williams. It's such an honor to have all of you here. Seeing all these familiar faces and some new faces is so exciting for me. And I want to make sure I honor your time and jump right in. But we have lots of folks who are coming in the chat. I'm adding people in right now. This is so exciting. But people from Santiago, look at, we got, Southern Cal here. I see California, Denmark. Look at all of these wonderful places. Just so excited to have you all here. And I'm going to honor your time. So we're going to go ahead and get started. But if you just joined us, put your name in the chat. We want to know who you are, where you're from. We're a big community here. So hopefully you make some new networks here today. All right, so what are we going to do? All right, so we did some chat introductions already, but we're going to, I'll tell you a little bit about me and kind of my journey with the course. And really, we're just going to jump in and I'm going to play 2 videos for you. They're short snippets of learning. And just like LinkedIn does such a great job. How many of you, put in the chat for me, how many of you have ever taken a LinkedIn learning course? I'd love for you to just put in there, I have, or I haven't. I'd love to see that. So go ahead and put that in the chat. But you know the way LinkedIn does it, they take a topic and then we put it into these really bite-sized segments for you to take the most meaning out of it. And it was such an amazing journey for me to create it. So I'm actually going to share with you 2 videos. And I'll ask you to just chime in and share maybe a learning that you got from the course, a takeaway, or maybe you have some questions or a story you want to share. I'm really open to really following your lead on how this goes. But at the end of the day, I hope that I hope you know how much it means to just have your presence here today. I know time is certainly precious. So with that, I see the chat still going, which is exciting. Welcome. My name, as I mentioned, my name is Shanita Williams. And I actually am sitting right now, because I didn't put where I'm at. I'm actually sitting in Goffstown, New Hampshire, here on the East Coast, but I'm originally from the West Coast. I saw a lot of Californians in here, and I've been here in New Hampshire for the last 7 years. So it has been great to build new community, meet new friends, and of course, my SNU family, who means so much to me. When I have the opportunity to, most of you who know me know that I love learning. And I think about my own journey, and a big part of what I talk about a lot is how we grow, and growth is inevitable. But we want to make sure that we grow with intentionality. And so for me, this course was really a great opportunity because we really talked about not just growing, but putting a personal learning plan in place so that you could be very intentional about your journey and put some parameters around it to make sure that you can stick with it and accomplish the goals. We all have dreams. We all have goals that we want to see manifest in our lives. And so it's my hope that the course gives you that roadmap to being able to bring that to fruition. Now, I had an opportunity to work with some really incredible people to bring this course to fruition. Oh my goodness, I think Nicole is on the line, the course producer, really helping me really curate my thoughts and ideas. I got an opportunity to work with an actual media team in my home. So what you're going to see is a part of my home. And we did a live action video, and I got coached by some amazing people like Joni and Jeff to bring this to life. So to see this is quite amazing for me. And it took a lot of feedback to help me get here. And really, it just is an honor to be able to share a piece of it with you today. Now, with that, I'm actually going to just jump right into the course, and it'll tell you a little bit more about why I believe this is such an important part of our lives. All right. So in the course, when you log in on LinkedIn Learning, you're actually going to see that there are 5 chapters you can see on the left-hand side. The first I'm going to talk about is the why, which will give you context to the course. But with each chapter, there are smaller videos that you can actually quickly, hopefully learn some new skills. And then what I'm going to do with you all is actually share one or two. Now, here's the thing. This is the most exciting part for me. I actually just got access to this course today, actually just a few short moments ago. So I'm actually watching this course with you all as a newbie. Yes, I recorded it, but they did all the graphics and everything. And so I get to experience it with each of you. So let's go ahead and play the very first video, which is the introduction as to why you need a learning plan.
The world is changing, and many companies and businesses are responding to those changes by making changes within their own organizations. Whether it's adding a new process, product, or simply rolling out new initiatives, these shifts often require that employees adopt and adapt new behaviors, mindsets, and skills to meet the new expectations in the workplace. In order for organizations to change, they typically rely on the skills of their current workforce to help make them a reality. But here's the thing, 70% of employees believe they don't quite have the skills they need for their jobs. And 52% believe that they need to learn new skills due to the changing expectations in the workplace. That's why a personal learning plan is an absolute necessity. A personal learning plan is an effective tool for building new skills, mindsets, and behaviors that help you remain current and adapt to the changing world around you. Whether personal or professional, a learning plan gives you the agency to evolve and grow as an individual. Hi, I'm Dr. Shanita Williams. I'm a TEDx speaker, employee experience expert, coach, and the author of Feedback Mentality. I've spent the majority of my career helping individuals and organizations think strategically about how to create conditions that empower them to perform at their best and reach their highest potential using learning plans. This is at the heart of my work and how I help people get the results that they want. In this course, I'll guide you through the process of creating a learning plan by unpacking your motivation and creating a clear picture of what you hope to achieve. We'll also identify which skills you want to develop and explore strategies you can put into place so that you can stay on track. A learning plan empowers you with the ability to learn, grow, and live out your full potential. And your time is now.
Ooh, did you feel that? Your time is now. Did that land? Yeah. Let me hear you in the chat. Feel free to come off. I'm like, just played the whole, this is the intro, but would love to get your thoughts. Do you have a learning plan? I know we all are growing, right? This happens, it's a natural part of life, but do you have a plan that helps you get there? Stephen, yes, I do. That's so great. So having these plans, if they say, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And I know all of you want to make sure you reach your goals. So taking the extra step and writing it down and thinking it through might really, really help. So let's then get into a course that has a little bit of content in it so that you can see. I'd love for you, if you hear takeaways or something that's said in the course while we're playing it, feel free to put something that resonated with you in the chat, or perhaps you have a question, or maybe you want to share a story. I'm up for that too, but I'm just going to play one more and would love to just give you the sampling, and then I'll make sure I give you some time back so you can get back to your busy lives. But we'll go ahead and play this next one here and see what your thoughts are. So this is called Celebrate Your Progress.
When each of my kids were born, our family celebrated every single moment, from their first word to their first step to their first day of school and pretty much every first after that. We celebrated it all. My family even called me paparazzi because, I took pictures of everything just to be sure we captured those small but meaningful moments. Have you ever wondered why we do that? Why do we celebrate these small accomplishments with so much enthusiasm, intention, and photos galore? I believe it's due to the progress principle. This principle suggests that there are many things that boost motivation, but the most important is making progress. Studies have shown that celebrating your small accomplishments can boost your self-confidence and play a huge role in helping you achieve your larger goals. The more you feel a sense of progress, the more likely you'll be productive. But somewhere along the way, I feel like we've moved away from celebrating our progress to celebrations only being held when we reach the final destination. it's time to go back to celebrating those small moments. So, how can we leverage the progress principle in pursuit of your learning plan? The first step is to identify meaningful progress moments. A learning plan is not something you'll complete overnight. Identifying milestones to celebrate will ensure that you're not waiting until the end goal is complete before you celebrate. So, ask yourself, what are the moments in your learning plan that will tell you you're making small but incremental progress? Some of those moments could be starting a course, finishing a course, maybe even asking someone for feedback, or simply being brave to try something new. The key is that you find the milestone moments that are meaningful to you. The second step is to track your progress. It's one thing to identify a milestone, but you also want to make sure that those milestones are helping you make progress in your overall plan. So think, how do I want to track my progress? There are a variety of ways that you can do this. You can make a task list. This is simply where you write out all of the activities and tasks that will get you closer to your goal, and then you cross them out one by one so that you see how things are going. Others prefer a journal. This is more of a reflection activity, something you fill out after you've made progress on your plan. You can jot down what you've completed and what you've learned, and you keep a real-time log of your thoughts and experiences handy. And for those of you who are very organized, you might even use an Excel sheet. I've seen some turn their tasks and activities into beautiful Gantt charts with a visual that shows their percentage to completion right in the file. The key is that you track progress in whatever way that works for you. Consciously documenting your accomplishments signals to the brain that you're making progress, and it can give you that boost of confidence to keep going. And last but certainly not least, you want to celebrate your progress. It's one thing to acknowledge your progress, but it's another to celebrate it in real time. So think, how do I want to celebrate myself at this very moment? Celebrating your progress may sound like positive self-talk, such as, I'm proud of myself, or I'm making great progress. Celebrating your progress may look like treating yourself to something nice, like your favorite dessert, or maybe even taking the night off, or turning on your favorite song and dancing the night away. Either way, it's your choice. So, identify your meaningful moments, track your progress, and celebrate it with all of the enthusiasm and energy you did when you were a kid. Celebrating those small but meaningful moments will give you so much to add to your mental photo album.
Oops. All right. So, what did you all think about that? Ashley, tell me, you had a great question in there. Can you say that?
Congratulations.
Why did we ever stop celebrating the small wins? Like as an
Right.
adult, it makes so much sense. And as soon as you related it to your kids and celebrating those, it just went like, what? Like, why did we even ever stop? It's such
Yeah.
a good motivator.
Right. Well, and I'd love to see if other people have thoughts on that. Like, why did we stop? If you felt like you've stopped or you do it a little less, like, what is it? Like, what are your thoughts on recognition and like celebrating yourself?
I think for me, we always started focusing on our areas of opportunity and like getting better and not putting our focus on the things that we are doing well or our strengths or what we're bringing to the table. And it's always like, what do I need to do more of? Or what do I need to do better? What do I need to change? And I think there's a place for both. You got to balance both.
Oh, so well said. You're right. We look at that task list at the end of the day and we're like, oh, I didn't finish it. But it's like, but you did something, like we're always at that deficit mindset just because we're always in this continuous improvement mode. Sometimes it's hard to see the little steps that we have been taking. So well said, Becky. Any other thoughts on that? Do you recognize yourself enough?
Definitely not, Shanita. I would say, I think to your first question about the, like, why don't we? For me, it's like once something becomes a part of your routine, whether it's like learning a new skill or maybe a new responsibility at work that at one point was new and scary, and maybe there's a sense of accomplishment once you tackle that. But once it becomes a part of your routine, you sort of stop giving yourself credit for actually doing it and doing it consistently. Yeah,
absolutely. We get it. We become unconsciously competent, right? And we're like, oh, we don't even know that literally the skill, whatever we've mastered, like the tie in our shoe, not necessarily recognizing ourselves for that, but all of the things, all of the skills we have are building blocks to even bigger skills and accomplishments in our lives. So, well said, Steve. Any other thoughts? Oh, I saw comment. I never feel it's enough. Can you tell me more about that, Esperanza?
Sure. Well, you know my story and what's going on in my life, but I feel like I don't feel like I should take the time to celebrate those small wins, because what the accomplishments along the way are, I feel like they're never enough. And so I have that mindset of not until I'm done. And it's just, I put more and on my plate and more on my plate and more on my plate, because I feel like what I'm already doing is not enough.
Can anybody relate to that? I see a few heads nodding with you. Yeah, absolutely. I see some great comments in here. I think we also learned to value external validation so much more than our own sense of accomplishment. Wow, that's powerful. Can anybody relate to that? Like, yes, waiting for like, but how do we feel? So I think like checking in with ourselves, and that's why I really love this part of celebrating our progress. It's like, how can we just check in with ourselves and say, like, I am enough right now. Like this, I did this, and yeah, I'm not there, but I'm on track. And that little bit of positive reinforcement to ourselves makes whatever journey we're doing, whether it's journey to Dr. Esperanza, or it's journey to leader, it's journey to, oh my gosh, a new industry, celebrating the steps that we're taking to get there are so, so meaningful. I see some other comments. Tamika, you want to share your thoughts?
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes, go for it.
Hi. So I know for me, being a single mom, I get so focused on the kids and family and the day-to-day tasks. So when I have these little wins in my life, they get kind of overshadowed, because I'm like, oh, okay, I got it done. Inside, I'm like, yay, but that's it. And that's as far as it goes. But this was a great reminder for me that every win, no matter how big or how small, is a win worth celebrating. So this was a great moment that just resonated with me. So I appreciate that one. Thank you.
No, thank you for that. And I love, and the key, right, is like, how do you want to be celebrated? Like you get to choose that, which is great. It's like, maybe my yay is enough, or maybe it is just, I'm gonna, turn off TV. I'm doing nothing but just sitting in the quiet, whatever it is. The beauty of this all is sometimes we have expectations on what a celebration should look like. And we just got to check in with ourselves and find something that's meaningful for us. So I appreciate you sharing your story. So lots of good comments in here. I think we might have time. Can you put in the chat, do you want to watch one more video? Yeah, one more? Okay. So let's try this one. Identify and build a support network. So as you're thinking about your learning plan and your own journey, in the chat, support network. Do you have them? How do you build them? What do you think about? This video is going to talk about that.
Have you ever heard the phrase, if you want something done, you have to do it yourself? I've said that phrase many times to myself, but when I said it, it often made me feel stressed and felt alone in whatever I was doing. But that's because I didn't fully understand that there was an alternative, like tapping into the power of a support network. A support network is a group of people you have around you who help you reach your personal and professional goals. Now, I've seen the power of these networks in action in my own life. My learning goal was to complete a doctoral degree. As a first-generation college student, I felt like it might just be a journey that I had to travel alone. Thankfully, I realized that there were people who could not only help me, but who really wanted to support me. Their support helped me navigate both the joy and the challenges that came my way, and it ultimately got me to graduation. When we tap into the wisdom, experience, and expertise of our networks, we increase the likelihood that we'll achieve our learning plan goals. So, you're probably wondering, how do you build a network? Well, when you're putting together your network, make sure you have these 4 types of support in mind. The first type of support you'll want to have in your network is informational support. These are the people who can give you expert advice, suggestions, or feedback about your learning plan overall or specific goals within your plan. When I was pursuing my degree, an advisor helped me select the right courses, a committee read my dissertation and provided me feedback, and a friend who was a part of the program offered me advice on how to navigate the program overall. Having people in your corner with firsthand knowledge and experience will help make sure that you can make informed decisions that will keep you on track. So, who are the key people you can tap on the shoulder for advice, suggestions, or feedback? The second type of support you'll want to include in your network is esteem support. When you're trying new things, let me tell you, it is normal to experience a little self-doubt. Having people around you who believe in you and people who can speak to your strengths and the value that you bring will increase your confidence at times when you need it the most. So, who is a good person to remind you of your strengths and abilities when you need it? The next type of support you'll want to include is tangible support in your network. These are people who can provide you with the physical help you might need to complete tasks within your learning plan. For example, I knew I needed help transcribing the interviews I conducted in my dissertation. And I knew it was actually going to take me forever if I did it on my own. I'm a slow typer, so that's why. But I found that there was someone around me who was willing to do it for me, which turned out to save me a great deal of time. And since most of my schoolwork was done on the weekends, my husband took the lead on helping with the kids' activities and dinner so that I could dedicate my time to work on my goals, which made a world of a difference. So, what are the physical tasks you need support with? Who might be able to assist you with those tasks? The last form of support you'll want to include is emotional support. A learning plan will challenge you to grow, and sometimes you might experience a bit of growing pains as a result. You want people in your support network who can listen and be good sounding boards if you run into a challenge, and they can be there to support you emotionally. So, who are those people in your life who can be a listening ear while you work through challenges? Lastly, let them know that you consider them an important part of your network and ask if they're willing to be a resource for you as you navigate your learning journey. And if you're comfortable, you can even share your learning plan with them so that they can cheer you on along the way. As much as we want to do things ourselves sometimes, it's a much more powerful and meaningful experience to lean on your support network. They want to be there for you, to push you through those challenges and stand right by you in those wins.
Okay, so I see the chat going. I'd love to just hear from you. So we have a lot of great comments in here about what resonates, but feel free to come off of mute and just share your reactions. Did something resonate with you? Is there something that you're already doing that you lean into more because that part of support is so important? I'd love to just give you the floor. Do you need a little support? I'll support you with.
I like the idea, Shanita, of even explicitly saying to the person that you're reaching out to, that you're looking to them for support, sort of building that network and building that team, that you can go further together, and I'm sure as someone that is on the receiving end of being asked for that support, I'm sure it feels, it's a bit of like an esteem boost to them as well.
Yeah, I think we have like this, at least I feel that way, of like many people want to pay it forward and support. And I really believe the world does not move unless we are supporting one another. And so, if you do for me, I do for you. It's just right. No one gets left behind. My husband says, if you take care of me, I take care of you. And so to your point, Steve, that it does really, for me, make me feel good. But I'm like, I'm happy to be a part of your network. Like, what can I do to pay it forward? And I have a friend on the line yesterday, Simone Davis is on the line. She and I were talking and she gave me some resources last night. And I'm like, oh, just because we know that support networks are so important. So thank you for that, Stephen. Thank you for that. Other thoughts or perceptions about, what you heard or how something maybe resonated with you? I see a lot of great.
Hi, Shanita. It's Kiana.
Hi, Kiana.
I just want to say thank you. This was really helpful for me because as I'm going through the dissertation phase and everything, it allows people to know how they can support you. So that you probably heard the phrase, reach out to me if you have any questions, but now you can actually provide that direct or specific type of support that you need for those to be a part of your network so they can support you. So this was really good how you broke it down. So thank you again.
Thank you. Future Dr. Kiana. You're going to get there. You're going to get there. And one thing I think is important too, as you all think about the importance and the power of support is it being reciprocal too, right? In making sure that, sometimes in these conversations, offering how can I support you? And it just makes that much easier when we're both, receiving the benefits of just that emotional, physical, or tangible support. All right. So we have so much to go over in this course, and we just tipped the iceberg. So I hope that you are excited about all of the other content you have the potential to learn. And just, I want to say my thank you. Thank you for the physical support you provided me today by just showing up and being here. I'm going to stop sharing here. Oops. But thank you for just taking time out of your day to be here. This support means more than I can ever quantify. So I appreciate you. I'm going to share one last thing as you all leave. Oops. How do I do this? How do I do this? I've been remote for how long and I don't know how to share screens? Anyone? Okay. I want to stay connected any way that we can. So feel free to find me on any of these spaces so that we can stay connected. I'm trying to find my music so we can leave with a little bit more of what we had when we came, of a little happy. For coming today, I want to make sure you have free access to the course. So I want you to hit me up on any one of these channels so I can make sure that I can get the information to you. As I mentioned, I just got access to this course just right before this launch, which is so exciting. So I have to dig in and get all the codes and stuff so I can get it to you so you can continue your learning journey. But other than that, thank you so much, my friends. I appreciate you and have a wonderful weekend.
Bye, everyone. Thank you, Shanita.
Kim, thanks for coming, my friend. All of you, Kim, Grace, Becky, Antoinette. Woo! That's it.